So, hi everyone. I'm going to talk about jazz practice in a much more applied kind of way of trying to develop improvising. So, rather than just the mechanics of scales and arpeggios, actually trying to form stuff that is more like the things that you would use in an actual solo. Obviously, you've got to know your scales, got to know your arpeggios. That's a given. You've got to be able to find your way around the instrument so that you've got the freedom to find ideas and to connect them. But on a very basic level, you can kind of take a very small amount of material and work with that. So a tune that I'm kind of obsessing about at the moment is Inner Urge by Joe Henderson, because we've got plans to play that whenever we get the chance to gig again at some point in the future. So I've been kind of checking that out over the last few days, and it's a great piece. It's a great recording. The Rudy Van Gelder remaster is stunning too, if you can check that out on YouTube. But it starts kind of unusually with this kind of feature chord of an F sharp half diminished minor 7 flat 5. Okay, so I've got a little loop here that I can play over, but what I'm going to do is I'm only going to play 4 notes against that chord, and I'm going to use those 4 notes to kind of try and develop ideas and try and build my ability to manipulate those ideas. So as strategies for that, first of all, just explore each note and see how it sits with the chord, and then put them together in 2s, 3s, 4s. Find an idea, manipulate that, see if there's anything you can do on your instrument to make those notes sound different. So for instance, I can play the F sharp here, but I can also play it here, and it's at a slightly different pitch as well, which is interesting. But same with the the A and the B and the C. And then alongside that, you can use inflections, articulations, and you would be surprised how much you can get out of a small amount of source material. And if you're in any doubt about how that works in the hands of a master improviser, check out pretty much anything by Sonny Rollins. He can do a solo on one note and make it like the best thing ever. So I've got a little loop prepared. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of work through this process and just try and get into something. Apart from the fact that I've got these 4 notes, I've not really got anything more pre-prepared than that. And obviously, if those 4 notes then take you to other notes, then that's fine. It's about getting into the process of improvising. So without further ado, I'll just do a little minute or two on this just to show you some of the possibilities. And then of course, if the chord changes, then the idea can change, or if you're on the same chord, you can move to another idea. So you start to see how the permutations and the variety, but also the unity, can also build and grow. So here we go. Here's F sharp minor 7 flat 5. I'm going to let it play for a wee bit so I can get into the groove of it, and then just play it from these 4 notes and just see what happens. Okay, so you get the idea. Some very, very basic, and if I was doing that for real, I would probably take a lot longer, and kind of tease out ideas a bit more. You can see how you can latch on to like a really strong interval. Has that kind of bluesy thing in it, but also that's the same interval on a higher part of the chord, and then you've got that nice interest with it. You can focus like I did there quite a lot. Focus on getting to that C note, but that doesn't have to be the focus. It could be the B. That kind of thing. A great album to listen to for this kind of thing is Wayne Shorter's Etc. as well, where the themes are great but quite minimal, and it's all really about the improvising, and there's lots and lots of great examples on there. So a small amount of material, see how you can manipulate it. You can even work on paper and just see how these things looks and what the permutations are. But just try and kind of make some music and have a bit of fun, and you just develop it over time. I could turn this one idea. If I combine that with another idea, you can see how moving between two ideas, you really can start to get into much more of a dialogue and actually build something that moves, because you're unlikely to stay with such a small range within an improvisation. But it's a great thing to do, just to start on a few notes and just see how much you can get out of them, looking at it for intervals, looking at it for melodic patterns, all kinds of things, sequences. Just kind of making phrases and have a bit of fun. And it's good also to explore different chord types, so that's a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Maybe do the same thing on like the next chord in that sequence, which is a major 7 type sound, and so on. So hopefully you get the idea, and hopefully that's been some help. So enjoy having a bit of practice with that.